Welcome everyone to Nick versus Makani Money Match. We're
How's it
still
going, guys? You're joined here by Uncle Jay, Marky Mark, and Holly. How is everyone doing today?
how's the
I'm
tour? I
I'm
see you,
doing good. How are
Natalie.
I'm doing well, doing well. Marky Mark, you might need to move a little closer to your mic. You were cutting in and out there a little bit. We may have lost Marky Mark. I'm not sure. Anyways, let us get to it. This Nick versus Makani money match, Lugia versus Miraidon. How are you guys feeling about this?
I'm excited. I think this will be
I'm
fun.
excited as well. Who are you thinking is gonna take this?
Is
who
that
I
even
want?
a question?
Is that what do you mean? Is that even a question? I mean Nick's been practicing, so he says.
Listen, I know this is all fun and games, but like I know Nick is taking this very seriously. He's playing a Dunsparce, to protect himself from weakness. He's playing two Stonejourner so that he can hit for weakness on Miraidon, Raichu, Raikou, basically everything in the deck. So he's
Ooh.
taking this very seriously. But let's take a look at the prize cards here.
Yeah, Nick with that Pumpkaboo. So if Makani can get a early path to the peak, that is going to be looking hard for Nick to try to find a out from that path to the peak, and it doesn't look like he has any in hand.
No, it does not, but he is getting that first turn. So
Makani does have the path to the peak in hand and the Forest Sealstone attached to the Raikou. No Miraidon seen on this first turn. However, he's going to pass it over to Nick. Nick doesn't need the V-Star right away this turn, so he does have a couple turns to find that out to the path to the peak. Nick does roll a Tails on that, it looks like, so he's going to be going and finding a basic Pokemon. Nick also counting his energy. Energy is going to be huge here, depending on what he wants to attack with each turn. I know the unfazed fat Snorlax will probably put in some work. Now, let me hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me take a look and just double check on these lists. I want to see if Nick is playing that choice belt or not.
and these lists are live. If anyone would like to see the lists, they are on Twitter. You can look at PokeDuel's Twitter. He posted it on there, or you can look at Makani's.
Yeah, there is no choice bell in Nick's deck list at all.
No choice belt. So that unfazed fat will be having to two-hit any Vs or EXs. However, can take care of any Mareeps, Zapdos, or even the Squawkabilly or Mew, depending on what Makani is wanting to place down in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Nick with the nice Professor Burnett getting two Archeops in the discard already. And looking to get that Dunsparce out very early so he doesn't take any... So Makani can't take any advantage to that lightning weakness.
Oh, but he's not able to get the second Lugia down. I am scared that he's going to be able to pull out Miraidon. Yep, there he is. And he's going to try to charge that up quick so that he could take a one-hit KO on that Lugia, and that would devastate Nick.
Yeah, that would be a very hard match to come back from if Makani can pull off that turn 2 Miraidon here for the knockout.
I don't even think he needs them right on. Isn't Lugia? Shouldn't it be? He just needs more bench spots, and then he can one shot it with Raikou.
Yeah, however, the path to the peak is still out, so I
Path to the
guess
peak is
Makani
out.
could bump his own path, but this early in the game, I don't know that he would be wanting to do that.
Yeah, no, y'all are right. Yeah, the better play is to go for the Miraidon.
Now, does Makani have generator in hand? That is the other question. Looks like he does have a research, so he might attach here for turn and then research away the rest. Nope, decides to research all of it. Oh, that does make sense in case he does get the Flaffy, that he can just Dynamotor straight to it.
There we go. He got the Flaffy.
Yep, there's the Flaffy. So he can Dynamotor attach, and then he would need to get one off of what he's probably going for right now, which is that, electric generator. And he would need to hit one off of that to get a knockout here. Yeah, as we can see, that Dunsparce isn't doing a whole lot as of right now because that Miraidon's still doing 220. Let's see. Yep, there's one.
Oh.
And he will have the attach and the Dynamotor.
Yep.
So that is going to be a devastating blow for Nick here. Let's see if he can recover from it. Maybe hopefully get another 2 Lugias down next turn and Summoning Star after that to see if maybe he can turn this game around, but that's going to be a tough climb back.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much of a comeback. Oh no. Oh, that's a huge knockout on Makani's end. The the disrespect.
Draws 1 off of that gift energy. He does have an Ultra Ball in hand. And a Jet Energy, it looks like. And another Capturing Aroma. So we could see if this is a Tails, which it is, and then the Ultra Ball, he can grab 2 more Lugias. But at the cost of maybe losing that Dunsparce. However, the Miraidon next turn won't be able to attack. So we will have to see how Makani is going to play around that. However, he does have Dynamotor and I think another Electric Energy in hand. So we will have to see how that plays out. But I think the smart play here is just to grab 2 more Lugia. Is that a Thornton? What did Nick just flash?
Yeah, he is playing a Thornton in the list.
Oh, he is. Oh, nope. And Nick will scoop up that first game.
Yeah.
I mean, technically that he could have came back from that. It would have been a very tough road to climb. However, he could have came back from that in the long run, but early concession
Yeah.
there.
I'm not sure why he scooped. I mean, typical Pokeduels move right there. He could have easily come back. He could have Thorntoned into the Lugia, got a Lugia V-Star going, hopefully. I don't know. Maybe I couldn't see his hand very well. Maybe it was very grim.
Yeah, like I said, that would have been a tough climb back, especially for what's on the line here. I mean, we're seeing a 1K event here between 2 people. But yeah, like I said, very early concession. I think Nick could have drowned it out a little bit longer, just to see if he would have had a line to come back from that.
Nah, I think coming from someone who's played the matchup, if you don't get 2 Lugia down turn 1, there's not really much point in playing the matchup out.
Well, he could have got 2 Lugia down that turn, and then Miraidon wouldn't have been able to attack, so he would have had to retreat into the Raikou to attack or find an escape rope.
I don't know. I still think that was a losing game for Nick.
Yeah, well, here we go. We're on to game 2 already. Makani is up 1-0. This is a best of 7, by the way. So first person to 4 will be taking the set down. There's good old Makani flashing his face to everyone. All right, both players look. I'm not sure where Nick is off to. But yeah, I agree. I think it is pretty essential to get 2 Lugia down going going first, getting two Lugia down because Miraidon can just ramp up very quickly, have that turn two attack or turn one attack, excuse me, and put Nick in a very bad spot pretty quickly.
However, actually looking at the matchup percentages, Single Strike Lugia is actually slightly favored according to, I believe, PlayLimitless.com. Single Strike Lugia is actually slightly favored into Miraidon.
Interesting, interesting. Well,
Which
they
is
do
very
play the Stone Journer, which could be a huge help in this because you're hitting weakness for weakness with that Stone Journer.
Yep. And essentially you're winning the prize trade if you're hitting Stone Journer.
Yeah. Because it makes that prize trade very awkward with that one prize attacker mixed in.
Well then, cause Stone Journer, cause they can't amp for a turn KO.
Right. So it looks like they both did mulligan first. So they are reshuffling.
Hey, at least
And
Connie
let's see.
got an actual good hand on stream.
True.
For once in his life, he has done it. So he is opening with that Miraidon. Looks like he also has the Mew in hand. Or was that? Okay, we got the Tapu Koko. No, ooh, two Archeops and the Dunsparce prize for Nick. This is not looking too great for Nick trying to utilize that Dunsparce. Um, However, nothing too crazy for Makani. There is two research, which might hurt his draw power, but nothing else too crazy on that side. So Nick did flip a heads, it looks like. So he will be grabbing an evolution Pokemon, doing a little prize check in there. Seeing that that Dunsparce is probably prized and only having two Archeops, he goes for the Lugia V-Star. And flips another heads. Yikes, that might be a little rough for Makani.
Yeah,
Or
it
for
looks
Nick, I'm sorry. Decides to grab that Archeops this time around. Does Nick have an Ultra Ball in hand? Looks nope. There's the Bench Stone Journer. That will probably help this turn.
uh
Oh, but he's gonna put it up to conserve the Lugia. However, if this gets knocked out on Makani's turn, Nick does not play any recovery. However, he does play the one Thornton, so that could come into play this game.
he
Yeah,
does
that is a
also
possibility.
play two, so he'll still have access to the one copy.
Right. Now let's see if Makani can get this turn one knockout and also set up the path. That is what he is looking for. However, I think that Nick has the Pumpkaboo in hand in case Makani puts down the path this turn. And honestly, after this turn one, the path isn't really doing much if Nick can get out of it.
Yeah.
But luckily, Makani plays two Beach Court to help him out later if he gets in a sticky situation where Nick tries to boss stall. Looks like Makani will bench that Squawkabilly. That will be able to be knocked out by an unfazed fat Snorlax. And then he will Iono.
Ooh. So if he can get the path bump here, if he can get the path here.
Yeah, that would be good because now that Pumpkaboo is no longer in hand. And it doesn't look like there's a way immediately that Nick can go grab the Pumpkaboo. And I didn't see a stadium bump either. Second Mareep hitting the bench. Nick
And
is going to have to put that Lugia up. There we go.
Yeah.
And a Squawk and Seize from Makani. Hopefully he can get that path. Does not look like he got the path, but he does look like he got a Forest Seal Stone in case he needs to go grab the path.
Well, the most important thing is getting 2 energy on that Raikou. Because if he could do that, he can hard retreat Miraidon, put Raikou active, and take the one-hit knockout on Lugia.
Yep.
And then it's just a repeat of game 1.
Yep. There's an Ultra Ball. I wonder what he's going to grab. Maybe Raichu or another Miraidon. Yeah, it looks like he's going to grab another Miraidon here. Next turn, though, Makani is looking good with a double Dynamotor. Oh, no, it looks like he'll grab the Mew on this one.
Yeah, so Makani should be able to theoretically power up any attacker here.
Does he have an electric generator in hand?
I do not know.
So let's see what he grabs here. Probably going to grab the path. Nope, going to grab the electric generator to see. He already attached per turn on the Miraidon, so he would need to hit 2 off of this electric generator to get a knockout on this Lugia.
So we know 1 energy's already been attached. How many energy on discard?
I think
Ooh.
3 or 4.
Ooh, and then there is 1 in the prizes as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be slim, but he can hit. So
He
actually,
can
it looks
hit.
like there's 4 or 5. Let's see what he can do.
1.
There's 1. And it will just be the 1. Let's see where he opts to put this. Probably on the Raikou. Yep. However, there will not be a turn 1 attack and no path. No path on this as well. So Nick might have the outcome that he was wanting here.
Might be in an okay spot here.
Now, Nick, now the hard part is trying to get 2 Archeops in the discard for Nick. That's going to be the next task that he needs to overcome.
Which if he's able to...
Oh, wait, hold on. We still have the restart for 3.
Oh,
That's
just
right.
for 3.
1, 2. Come on, generator.
Let's see what it is. Is there another generator?
Oh,
No, Raichu, Flaffy, and what's the other one? Iona?
looks like Iona, yeah.
They'll just have to hard retreat
Okay,
into
so
that
Nick,
Mareep.
yeah, Nick will see another turn with that Lugia. See what he can get here. Does hit the heads. Now, depending on what he has in his hand, he can either grab an Archeops or like he will grab the Archeops.
Yeah, my guess is that he's going to be able to get off the V-Star this turn, and you really don't want 2 Lugia on your board at this point because that becomes more of a liability than help.
Right. This game, Nick has hit nothing but heads on those capturing aromas.
That's a struggle for sure.
Ooh, he does bench the second Lugia and the Mew. Then he'll research away 1 Archeops. Not exactly sure why he benched that second Lugia. I mean, I guess if he whiffs here, he has a second chance.
Yeah, if he was here has a second chance, then also I don't know if you'd want to be sending up that Stone Journal without a second Lugia on board as a way to power it up.
Right. And then let me double check, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Nick also does the play the one of Collapse Stadium. So that could be put into play later as well if he needs to get rid of that Lugia. So it does look like it's just going to be a pass over to Makani's side. He does play the Iono. There's the second energy. However, he does need to find a way out of the active with this Mareep. Oh, he has the attach. Never mind.
He's a good motor, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, there's the
Also-
attach retreat. And Makani. Was that a
That's
path?
perfect. He fleet-footed and got the path off the fleet-footed.
Wow.
That's insane.
and the second Dynamotor.
Oh, wow, he is set up here.
He
Yeah,
hasn't
he's
used
got
that
a
second
perfect.
Dynamotor yet.
Not yet, but he could. He doesn't really need to. He might put one on Mew or Miraidon. There you go. And I just wonder though, Nick, besides the Stone Journer, he also has Tyranitar that hits weakness on Mew.
That
Right,
is true.
right.
So that's another line of play that he might need to consider.
Nick will immediately get rid of that Path to the Peak with his Beach Court. And that Beach Court's kind of a double-edged sword. Or is that Mezagoza? Sorry. Is
What's
that Beach
Mezagoza?
Court or Mezagoza?
That is a Messagosa, but
Right.
what is he going to search? What is he going to pick out? There we go. Lugia V-Star.
Does he have? Okay. Oh, he has the Burnett. There we go.
Perfect.
Burnett, he'll only be able to thin one more Archeops and then a random card. So I wonder what that second random card is going to be because the other two are in the prizes. Oh, he's just putting the one.
Yeah, because it's up to 1 or up to 2.
There's the V-Star. Oh, wrong side. There we go. There we go. Getting those two Archeops out so he can search for any special energy that he wants from his deck and attach it to his Pokemon.
Now, this is the spot that Nick wants to be in. Being able to attack with that Stone Journer for weakness, that is going to be a huge,
Yeah, that's
huge
huge.
upswing for Nick. There's the attach from hand, and then the second Archeops ability. I wonder if he will put these. Okay, he will put them to Lugia. I was wondering if he was going to put them to Mew, possibly copy Miraidon's attack later, because that Miraidon, if I'm not mistaken, it can knock itself. Its attack can knock itself out. So Nick could use that Mew as like a late game option.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
to
Because
knock
it copies for Photon Blast, which does 220.
exactly. So he does opt to put it on the Lugia. Not sure if that's the greatest option. I would like to see Nick bench a Tyranitar here and possibly collapse Stadium the Lugia away, but we will see what his thought process is.
If he's able to take down that Miraidon or that Mew,
He
those
also got
bigger
the Dunsparce
threats, it
prizes.
would he could even Trash Lanche and thin out Connie's deck down because late game
Right.
Miraidon runs out of steam. I mean, yeah, you got
Right.
the right chew. Yeah, you're able to maybe do something, but at this point, he doesn't have any experience shares on the board. He doesn't have a way to keep the energies in play. So he could be in a tighter spot than we think.
And another thing is Nick just got that Dunsparce off of the prize cards. So next turn might be looking a little rough if Makani doesn't hand disrupt Nick.
He also has that Tapu Koko still in the prize cards, and that card can come in clutch in these kind of matchups. Even though Lugia is definitely not favored, once you have that Stone Journer powered up, it definitely is a threat and is something that you want to take care of sooner than later.
So we will see that Miraidon being completely powered up. Does Makani have the boss for the knockout on Lugia?
I do not see it.
Oh,
Oh,
there's the
there
Oh,
it
he
is.
boss.
does.
I was wrong.
And that will be another knockout for Makani.
At this point, Nick has to search for some options. Fails the Mesagosa or gets tails on the Mesagosa. He can take a knockout on this Miraidon, but what's the plan after that?
Yeah, what is he gonna do after that? That's
Maybe
the
need
fault.
to
And
find a
that's
way.
why I was thinking having those energies on that Mew might be good so he could just copy the Miraidon's attack. However, he does Iono does have boss in hand now for next turn.
I'd like to see him get maybe a second Stone Joiner down here, or set up some sort of other form of attacker. Whatever
Yeah,
Makani
if he
does.
could get that second Stone Journer. I mean, the nice thing about all attackers, they're all basics, and he does have the Jet Energy in hand, I believe, or did. I don't know if he has one now, but he does play the Jet Energy. So all the rest of his attackers are basic, so they can just come down, put energy on, and go for it.
So it does look like Nick over here took the knockout on the Miraidon. And then Makani ups to send out Squawk.
So now it's tied 2-2 in prizes. However, did Iono Makani to only 2 cards plus the draw. Looks like he has Ultra Ball
He's
and
like
Electric Generator in hand.
he hit heads on the Messagosa. He's just trying to thin out the deck so that when he uses generator, it hits energies.
I mean, how many energies are even in the deck anymore?
Not many. Not many, unfortunately, but he's still going to go for it. He needs something.
Looks like there's what, four energies in deck. So let's see if Makani can get lucky and hit 2 of these 4 energies that are left in deck. He still does have the double Dynamotor, which is nice.
Beach Court is also nice so that he can retreat that Squawk ability without attaching an energy. He needs
Yep.
that manual attachment. He's either going to attach to Mew or probably attach to Zapdos so that he's using a single. Oh!
He got it!
Wow.
That was amazing. He's
No
probably thinking
way.
in his head right now, why couldn't I draw like this at Portland?
The top deck is insane. I think Nick's making him play it out.
He's definitely
Wait, was that even a boss?
Is that an experience share?
Yeah, he's playing 2 experience share. I don't
we
know that
got
that
we
was
got
even a
too
boss.
excited.
Yeah, no. I think he was just trolling, and
Uh
and flipped the top card, acting like it was a boss.
we got you, babe.
So Makani will just pass here. This is a big turn for Nick if he can get a knockout on
He
the
can grab
Squawk. If he can get a knockout on the Squawk, Mew, or Raichu, he takes it here. And we know Nick does have that boss in hand. Yep. And there it goes. Game 2 will be going to Nick Alvarez.
Wow. Who would have thought?
You know, honestly, in my prediction, I thought Makaro. So
Yeah,
Nick has
I did
already superseded my expectations.
absolutely. I expected Nick to get one win in there due to Connie bricking or something, but him actually winning the match, sticking with the Stone Journer, not putting the Tyranitar down, you know, going and going through all of his outs, he was able to pull it off in the end.
Yep. Yep.
And this is why you should play Lugia to Charlotte. You heard it here first.
And hit nothing but Miraidon.
No,
Hey, all
I played Lugia to Peoria and I hit one Miraidon.
Did you beat it?
That's a different story. I almost got game 1 because my opponent whiffed all 4 generators.
Ooh, yeah, that's another way to seal the deal is if how bad your opponent whiffs on those generators.
I went opening hand, Lugia V-Guard pass, so he couldn't donk me.
Yikes. That's a bit rough. That is a bit rough.
I am an advocate for the Lugia play.
I used to play Lugia when it was absolutely broken with the amazing rares, and
I did
I
too.
just didn't have fun, so I just never went back to it. And some
I
people
brought
may call me crazy, but I switched to Lost Box after that, and I've had so much more fun with like a lot of Lost Box variants, whether it's Lost Tina, Lost Radzard, or even like a Tord Box situation. I've had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, so I don't post a lot on my Twitter, but if you follow me and you know me, you do know I am the local Lugia enjoyer. I brought Lugia. See, how many premiere events did I bring Lugia to? So I brought Lugia to Arlington, Orlando, Milwaukee, NAIC, Portland, and Peoria. So I brought Lugia to 6 premiere events, countless
Wow.
cups and challenges.
Oh, that's why Nick invited you. He wanted some backup. He wanted us to not be biased against him.
No, I invited myself actually. So
Oh, okay. No, this is great.
I'm the only person here rooting for Nick and rooting for Lugia.
No, we both love Nick. We both love Makani. We hope that Makani wins, but it's only because we want to confirm our bias that Miraidon is the better matchup. Miraidon has the higher win percentage. All 139 people listening, do you agree? Or am I
So if
crazy? Or is Lugia actually going to win this?
So if Miraidon has the better win percentage, then how come it says single strike Lugia is favored into Miraidon according to playlimitless.com slash dex slash Lugia Archeops dash single strike?
Well, I don't know how favored it is when the last two prize cards that Nick has to take is going to be his Tyranitar and Stonejourner. So,
For the memes, Nick winning would be hilarious.
It would be.
oh, 1000%.
Y'all want to hear a Lugia
I
story?
I think I think that would be absolutely amazing.
I have a Lugia story for the chat.
Say it.
So same
Go ahead.
regional, Peoria regional. I decide day before I'm gonna switch from single strike to colorless Lugia. So I get to the venue, I'm sleeving up all my cards. All I do, I just do a quick count, and I'm like, oh, I have 3 DTE in single strike. I need to play four in colorless, so I'm counting my DTE. I'm like, okay, one, two DTE, perfect. Let me put 2 more in. So I'm like, perfect. And all I do is I count my cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 60. I don't look to see what cards I'm actually playing. Lo and behold, we get to round 7. It's not until I primal turbo, 2 double turbo to my Lugia V, 2 double turbo in the discard, and then I go primal turbo again for a 5th double turbo energy. And my opponent looks at me and goes, WTF, that's a 5th double turbo energy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, you're right. So we call the judge, and the judge is like, yeah, that's a game loss. Give us your deck so we can deck check you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I give them my deck. They come back 10 minutes later, they're like, yeah, you're DQ'd. So that was the last event I ever played Lugia 2. I played Lugia so much and gave it so many chances. And all it did was bring me heartbreak and frustration.
Yeah, some decks will do that to you. That's a tough one. And another tough one is going to be Makani pricing both of those Flaffy.
Ooh,
Rough late game, but beginning, you want to hit those generators,
beginning
patch
he's
manually, set up Raikou, and you'll take some prize cards and find those flappy. I think it looks bad, but it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah, as long as Makani can get some prize cards down, he should be fine. Plus, he only has one Mareep on bench, so. However, starting that Dunsparce for Nick is not ideal.
Yeah, that's not
No.
ideal at all. If he can't get another Pokemon down here, he is in a bad situation. Well, I have 2 Archeops from Discord, and you could have 3. Oh god, there's the double turbo energy. SMH.
Another line of play is Connie could set up that Iron Hands and take the knockout on the Dunsparce. That way he's still taking 2 prize cards every turn and taking the win in 3 turns rather than 4. Looks like Nick is
Right,
going to
yeah.
attach the gift energy on Lugia in case of a knockout. And passes. Oh no, that's not good.
I mean, if Makani
Well-
could get that Iron Hands up with a boss and take 3 prizes on this Lugia, that would be pretty detrimental as well.
Well, would you rather go down here? Would you rather your Lugia or your Dunsparce go down?
Well, definitely Dunsparce, but with Makani having Path in hand, I guess we'll see what. I didn't get a good look at what Nick's hand was, but I guess we will see how. Because that Path is definitely coming down this turn. So
Yeah, regardless, he has to set up some form of to Nick's play so that Nick can't set up that V star. That's the biggest thing right there.
well, honestly, I mean, if Makani, I don't know if Makani has a what's it called, a electric generator in hand. If he hits 2 and then double turbo to that Iron Hands, that'd be a pretty easy way to get that Dunsparce out of there with taking 2 prize cards. Oh, you guys are right. I just looked at chat. If he bosses that Lugia up, he can't knock it out with Iron Hands and take 3 because Dunsparce is in play. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, Jacob, we forgive you.
So what
My
you
bad.
do is you play cross switch or canceling cologne, and then you boss the Lugia.
Well, canceling clone only counts for the active Pokemon, so
Oh.
it still wouldn't count.
And he's got the 2 energy off the generator.
Uh-oh.
One to Raikou,
Okay, he's
one
gonna
to
play.
hand.
Looks like he's gonna play it a little slower. Probably gonna attack with that Raikou this turn. Does he have the escape rope or boss in hand, or did he already play it? I don't think he played a supporter this turn yet.
I don't believe he has yet, but looks like he's got the manual attachment so that he can retreat that Miraidon to Raikou. He can't fleet-footed, but he'll just take the knockout.
Yeah, and that's not terrible because Nick does want to get the Stone Journer in play, so taking that early 1 prize is not the worst thing in the world.
No,
Nick does have the counter stadium right away.
Nice. He's got the heads on the Mesagosa. Searching for Stone Journer. There it is.
There is that Stone Journer. Now, Iron Hands cannot take 2 on that Stone Journer, so Makani is going to have to knock that out with either another Raikou or a Miraidon, which is going to be tough. However, Nick does have that second Stone Journer in the prizes, and it looks like it's pretty deep into the prizes.
Yeah.
But he may play Thornton this game. I just want to see the Thornton played once this entire game. I just want to see it played once. That's all I'm asking for.
Nick is going back into the deck. Search 2 special energies and attach them to your Pokemon anyway. Like, oh no, he's flipping cards around. He's doing tricks. Cards on the ground. Call a judge.
Uh-oh, where's the judge when we need him?
No, it happens all the time. I do that at least once a game.
Yeah, those cards can get pretty slippery, especially if you. I'm pretty sure both of them re-sleeved right before this. So
Yeah, they did. They did with Dragon Shields.
That's why.
going for that capturing aroma, that'll be a tail. So another basic. Might be grabbing that. Yep, the teats are there. And it looks like Nick will be taking the knockout here, but it is a very scary situation because oh no, he is going to put up that Stone Journer. Okay.
Which will still take the knockout.
Yep, still taking the knockout. Better position for Nick. And he still has that gift energy on Lugia. in case Makani does decide to boss KO. Makani eyeing up that other Mareep, and will bench that other Mareep. No Raikou in play, so at minimal, one of these Pokemon on the bench is going to need 3 energy attached to it, and there is no Dynamotor at all. So let's see if he can get there.
I think he was holding off from putting the Mew down because you'd rather not put it down if you don't have to, because Lugia can knock it out in one hit, Tyranitar can hit out in one hit, so it can become a liability, but at this point he needs to draw more cards. He needs to thin down his hand a little bit, though.
I mean, it is also a pivot option for the Electric Jet and Dynamotors. So you put up Mew, you get that free retreat, but Nick could capitalize on that and knock out this Mew here if he has a boss in hand. Looks like he has research. Does play the Ultra Ball and flips tails on Mezagoza, but will play the Ultra Ball. Wonder if he'll grab a second T-Tar here.
No, I think he'll
Oh,
grab
grabbing Luminion. Oh, probably going to go for that boss. Yep.
Yep.
There is the boss.
What is interesting though is this does open up the ability for Makani to take 3 on Luminion.
Right.
Make a boss of
Take
his
3
own.
on Luminion and take another 2 on the
Oh no,
Tyranitar.
he's passing up the Iron Hands.
Oh no, this is not looking good for Makani. So
Beautiful.
Nick will go down to 2 prize cards remaining. Makani still has 5.
Yo, this is crazy. I did not expect this to happen.
Lugia
Hey, and
BDIF.
Nick said he was doing a bunch of test runs, and it looks like it's paying off.
Could Makani lose some of his winnings from the Portland regionals? For those who don't know, Makani made top 8 at Portland regionals the other weekend, and he did it with Arceus Regigigas V-Star. An awesome deck. Very wacky, but a typical Makani deck.
Very Giga Chad.
Giga Chad indeed.
Funny, I didn't even know the deck existed. Right? So obviously we know Nathan Stratford played it on was on stream with it at San Antonio. I didn't know the deck existed. I didn't know Nathan had been on stream with it. So I sit down, I think it was round 5, and I got my match slip and I'm like, oh, I recognize that last name. I was playing Nathan's brother, Matthew, who was playing the exact same deck.
No way.
That's way. And so I look at my opponent and I was like, do you have a brother? He's like, yeah, my brother. Nathan, he was just on stream. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And he was like, yeah, he's like a really, like, he didn't say, obviously, he wasn't say, like, oh, my brother was playing da-da-da-da. I was just like, shit, I'm playing someone whose, like, brother knows how to play the game. Like, he probably knows how to play the game. So, shout out to Matthew, who actually made day 2. I did not, but he did.
Yeah,
So Nick will be going down
Matthew's a
to just
homie.
1 prize card.
Shout out to Matthew Stratford. Shout out to Nathan Stratford. Shout out to Juan Cardenas. We got all the great players out here in Utah.
Yes. All the
But that deck is wacky, and they've been playing at our locals for a while, so we have a pretty good, wrap around it.
Yeah, I definitely want to touch the matchup some more. It's a fun deck.
So Nick will go to one card in hand. But let's see if that'll even make a difference here. He does have 3 of the single strike energy attached to Stonejourner, so that Tyranitar will not be able to attack next turn unless the 1 card that he pulled is an Urn of Vitality.
But I think you just power up the Lugia here.
Yeah, that is also an option, just to power up the Lugia. Without a double turbo, it knocks out the Miraidon. Now remind me, is Makani playing any charms? I
No
don't think
charm,
he is.
just EXP shares.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So he's essentially playing Moffat's 5th place list from Portland.
Right. Right.
Here's a question. The turn before, could Stone Journer attack?
Yeah, it used the one that has a stadium in play. And then it hit for weakness. Plus 20 damage with the single strike energy.
Oh, looks like we're going to game 4.
Game 3. Oh no, that is game 4. Sorry.
That was game 3.
Yeah, it says game 3. Yep. Sorry. I'm a
And
little
Nick has
tired.
taken the lead. Let's go.
Lugia has indeed taken the lead. Oh, looks like we will be right back. I think this would be a good time for me to take a quick bathroom break. So I will be right back as well.
Hang tight, everyone.
冰淇淋。
Right, guys, and welcome back after that short intermission. So far, Nick is up 2-1 against Miraidon, which is absolutely not what I expected at all.
I did not at all. I did not see this coming. I seriously thought Connie was going to go
I
4-0.
never doubted him.
See, this is why Nick wanted you to come. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But it is true. Like, there are, as I've seen these games progress, the more I've seen that Nick has more outs than we think. I mean, the Dunsparce does help with the weakness. We do have the Stone Journer to hit weakness against all the lightning type Pokemon. But I also forgot about Tyranitar. You can also hit for weakness on Mew. You can mill your opponent's deck. So there's a lot of options that he has rather than just fearing the lightning weakness.
Plus, my one favorite card that I want to see played this entire game, Thornton. I want to see it
Thornton.
come clutch. I want to see it come in clutch one of these games.
I
All
could
right, we're up in the ante. If Nick wins this money match, I will get a Lugia tattoo.
Hey, you all heard it here first. Holly will get a Lugia tattoo if Nick wins this money match.
Hey, I'll tattoo it on you.
Bet.
That's
Say
right.
less.
That's right. Marky Mark is indeed a tattoo artist.
Sick invite.
Trust me, we hear that enough from Nick out here in
Yeah.
Utah.
Nick is the same person on Twitter as he is in person.
Oh, 100%. There is no if any of y'all were thinking that he's a different person, you haven't met him yet then.
So I've only ever seen him in person once, and I don't talk to people because I'm like kind of closed off. And like I'm like, oh, I'm bad at the TCG. These guys are so good at the game, and I suck because I do suck.
So
Um,
Makani prizes three.
Oh, double Stone Journer
Oh.
in the prize card and the Thornton in the prize cards for Nick. This
and
this is not looking great. Also starting that Dunsparce once again. The triple energy shouldn't be too terrible. However, he did just get rid of two. There's one Mareep in the prizes, one Miraidon, which isn't terrible. Makani can play around these prizes. It's not obviously not the best to have three energy prized, but he does play 13, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, this is the list from top 8 Portland list. Nick Moffat, I believe.
Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
It's the exact copy. So it's pretty standard. It's nothing too crazy, but that path to the peak does come in clutch.
Makani also getting rid of three energy pretty quickly. I don't know if he counted before he got rid of those, but if he is going to play Squawk, I don't think it's going to matter either way. Would probably like to have seen one of those get attached, but there was the Mareep, and the other one is Prize. So definitely getting that Mareep down is big.
So he now only has access to 7 out of his 13 energy.
Wow, there was only 6 in the deck because he has one in hand, 3 in discard, and 3 in the prizes, and he managed to hit 2.
Still needs to attach to retreat, or he could put the beach court down.
If he puts
Makani
Beach
is
Court down,
going.
does he not just win?
No, is Makani going first? I believe this is Makani's first turn.
Yeah,
First turn.
Makane's going first.
Oh, he's going
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
So unfortunately, he can't attack. He can't use any supporter cards. However, he is very well set up to take 3 prize cards his next turn.
No, he can't. Dunsparce is in play. Remember.
Nope, he's gonna use scoop up net and pick up that Dunsparce for him, and we'll forget about the weakness.
And
Or
immediately that Mezagoza comes down. Makani is set up to take 2 prizes next turn, regardless, though. As far as we see right now.
as much as
No
I
way.
value
Nick
Nick
attaching
and I
that jet
value
energy.
his desire to play Lugia, me personally, if I saw the 2 Stone Journey prized and it was best of 7, I'd say, all right, I'll go next.
Yeah, I mean
But this,
being up to 2-1 already isn't terrible. So I might agree with you, but you at least want to. I mean, there's no time limit, so you
That's
at least
fair.
want to play it out and see what you can do until it's like an unwinnable spot. However, one thing, if Makani next turn does knock out this Dunsparce, Nick might have a tough time because Lugia only hits 220. Iron Hands is 230. So I guess we will see if he can get a Tyranitar set up.
Powerful color,
But he
most
does go
energy.
for the double Lugia, which is the optimal on what you want to do in case one of them gets bossed up.
yeah, Holly, did you play Lugia before the last rotation happened?
I did. I played Lugia for pretty much a full calendar year, on and off.
There you go. So you remember the energy that we're missing here that could have hit that special number.
Oh no, I remember it well. I remember playing against Lost Box and not price checking and literally losing because my win con that I told myself my win con was having 4 powerful colorless energy and I only had 3 in deck.
That would hurt for sure.
And then they deck checked us and it took like 45 minutes for the deck check and my opponent and I just stared at each other.
Well, let's see what Nick is going to decide. He was on the fence about where to put that jet energy, but he did attach it to the Dunsparce, hitting tails on the Messagosa and just passing on to Makani.
No, he already rolled for Mezzagoza. I'm not sure what that was.
He was doing some magic.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that was Nick deciding if he wanted to retreat.
silly
was
Nick.
trying
Tricks
to
are for
be-
kids. I like someone commented in the chat, I think it was Natalie. They said, Nick embodies chaos.
Yeah, that's very true.
Chaotic good or chaotic evil or just chaos?
uh, just chaos. Nick is just chaotic. Nick wants to make Meowscarada so good, so or like so badly he wants to make Meowscarada good is what I meant to say.
Okay.
And it's so funny to see to see him do that.
What's just as funny is I'm a big part of Girl Power, and so CJ, shout out to CJ, she's also a big Meowscarada believer. And I told her, I was like, listen, you need to play Meowscarada to a regional. I support it. I will support this decision. You need to do it.
I don't know if anyone saw this, but Connie attached 4 Sealstone to Raikou, retreated using Beach Court, and is now using Ampu very much on the active Lugia.
He used amp on the Dunsparce.
On the Dunsparce, I'm kidding.
Yeah, the Dunsparce.
Same thing.
Not quite. If he used amp on the Lugia, he would have only
Oh, yeah,
hit
no,
120.
I
So,
just really wanted it to happen, okay?
not the
well,
same.
Just got really
there it
excited.
is.
Like, as much as I love Nick, I really wanted Miraidon to win, because that's my main deck that I play. And I'm like, yeah, if I went against any Lugia, I would be very confident to win. But Nick is changing my mind. I mean, Nick is making me wonder if Lugia could potentially pick back up a little bit. Just a little.
I almost brought Lugia to a cup a few weeks ago. My friend texted me. He's like, bring Lugia. The entire room is Rapid Strike, Gardevoir, and Mew. And I was like, you have no idea how tempted I am to make that drive, leave up Single Strike Lugia, and just go mess with people.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nick is not going to be taking a knockout here.
Correct.
Oh, nope, there's the boss. Never mind.
Correct.
But, I mean, now Makani just has to come back up with that Iron Hand. Dunsparce is in the
Throwing the
discard.
stadium into the discard. Nick is getting pretty confident here. He's realizing the power that he yields. What will Makani do though? He's thinking, using that fleet-footed to draw one to see other options. He could put the Mew down as a late game option, but
I
he's
can
going to
use that
Dynamotor onto
Dynamotor.
the Coco.
I mean, Makani has knockout here to retreat the. Oh, and he's going to take 3 prizes here. Look, yep, 3 prizes on that Lugia with the amp you very much.
There we go. You got what you deserved. You got what you asked for.
There it is, Marky Mark. You can take that off your bingo board. Now I just need to see
That's all I want to see. You got your thing now. I need
Amp you very much.
to.
Jacob, what's on your bingo board? What do you think is going to happen during this game? I saw a ton of stuff on Twitter, but what do you think is going to happen?
What do I think is going to happen, or what
Yeah,
do I
what's on your
want
bingo
to
board?
happen?
Well, both.
On my bingo board, I want to see Mew take a knockout. Doesn't matter which one of them take a knockout. I want to see Makani. I don't think this will happen, but it would be pretty wild. I want to see Makani lose by deck out with the Cragalanche, and I want to see a clutch Thornton play. That's my 3 bingo board things that I would like to see.
All three of those are valid, and I think everyone wishes that they can see at least one of those.
There's another boss and the knockout, but then yeah, there Iron Hand just comes and presses. So we'll be
Let's
going to game
go.
5. It's all tied up here, 2-2.
I'm not biased in any way.
I'm also not biased in any way, obviously.
See, there we go. I'm on the Miraidon side, you're on Lugia's side, and then Jacob is just the mediator.
Do I want to be on Lugia's side? Probably not. There's a reason I stopped playing the deck.
Well, it's 2 versus 2 now.
They're
For those of
halfway
you in
there.
chat,
2-4.
who do you think Nick's gonna pull this out? With all the odds stacked against him, do you think Nick's gonna pull this out? For those of you in chat,
Yes, give us your opinions. I don't even have the Twitch chat open. I should probably do that.
Game Grid says yes. Ramped Up says no. T-Bone says yes.
Yo, Game Grid, chill.
We want Miovska.
Hey, King Clizzy, you'll have to talk to Nick about that, but I don't think he would be opposed to it. To be honest with you, who's Nick? Nick is Pokeduels. Pokeduels is Nick.
It's actually pronounced Pookie Duels.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pookie Duels. Can we do a limitless check on the players? Yeah, the Nick is regional attendee, and Makani is 9-time top 8 regional.
If you guys haven't seen the graphic, it does show that as titles underneath their names.
Ooh, 3 electric generators for Makani. Goodness.
That's bad. That's bad.
Those
One-
Dynamotors are going to be putting in some work this game.
He does have the 1 force in the prize cards, but that's okay because he does play 2. So hopefully we can make good use of those Mareep and Flaffy.
Wow. These prize cards have been nuts. Last game, Nick prized both Stonejourner. This this one, Makani prizing 3 electric generators. Insane. Nothing too crazy. The Burnett might be a little bit of an issue on Nick's side, but nothing too crazy on Nick's side. The one single strike energy might make a difference. I don't know how much. Nick can get those urns of vitality up and running. However, he does have one of those in the prize cards as well. Also, I just noticed, for some reason, that I'd been saying Nick was going to be using the unfazed fat Snorlax, and I forgot that this is single strike.
Oh.
Oh, I
I
thought you were
said that
joking
way
around.
early. I said that way early, and I don't know. It just clicked. He's playing single strike and not colorless.
To be fair, I don't think Single Strike usually plays the Mew. So like
Well, actually, now no, that's still colorless because colorless plays the Mew and the what's it called?
The
Oh,
hands.
Nick is just gonna put Dunsparce in the active and pass. Oh, doesn't have the second Lugia
Yikes.
down.
Yeah, but I don't know if Makani's going to be able to attack this 3 generators in the prize cards.
He just needs to hit
It's
one. Trust.
it's very unlikely, but he's gonna play the Iono. Take a look at the 6 cards. He's got the
It's the
Miraidon.
Miraidon. He's probably wanting to go get both Mareep here off that Miraidon.
That could be possible. He could also grab a Raichu, but instead we'll go for the hands. I was thinking Raichu because he could use Fast Charge to accelerate some sort of energy onto the board.
Right, right. Yeah, you, my friend, are way more experienced at Miraidon than I am. So you would know than I would. But
Well, it's a really fun deck. I know a lot of people say you got to be brain dead to play it, but it's true in a sense. It's simple, but there are some, big brain moments you could still make out of it. So it looks like Connie is grabbing Squawkabilly so that he can use the ability Squawk and Seize. For those who don't know, the ability is during your first turn, you can use the ability. You discard your hand and then draw 6 cards. It's really nice because if you go first, you can't play supporter cards, but this is kind of like a support. It's kind of like a mini research, Professor Research.
I miss the days of Dedenne GX.
Dead A change.
Yeah, that that card in today's format would be wild.
Yeah, I miss Shaman. Shaman did basically the
Set
same
up
thing.
Shaman.
Shaman and Tapu Lele GX too was
What would have actually been
awesome.
toxic is if like the people who built Turbo Lost Box figured out Turbo Lost Box when they had Scoop Up Net.
Oh yeah, that was gross too. Scoop Up Net was a gross card too. Getting 10 in the Lost Zone turn 1.
I don't even have any Scoop Up Nets anymore. Someone borrowed mine for Orlando Regionals and never gave them back.
So it looks like Connie's going to use the generator, the single generator that's in his deck. Here it
And he's
is.
It's
gonna hit
one.
two. Watch.
Come on.
Nope,
Ah,
just the one.
typical Miraidon moment.
When you need it to hit 2, it only hits 1. When you need it to hit 1, it hits 0. And then when you don't need it to hit any, it hits 2.
Amen.
And this is why we don't play Miraidon.
I don't know. Marky Mark's still on that Miraidon grind.
I definitely am. I've won the most with it out of all the decks I've played this season so far. I was on Guardy for a while, but that deck's too big brain for me. I like it simple. I like faster decks, big decks like Miraidon, so it just fit my style better and done pretty well with it so far.
I also want to end up playing Miraidon. I just don't have it built at the moment, unfortunately.
Now you guys might hate me, and probably people in chat are gonna hate me, but I just built Blocklex. I want to
Go
try it
away.
out.
Get out.
The door is to your left.
How'd you know that?
Oh, there's a controller.
I know everything.
Shout out to
No.
my opponent who I hit round 1 playing Blocklex after I flew like halfway across the freaking country. Literally, round 1 of Portland, I sit down and my opponent flips over Snorlax, and I'm just like, I want to go back home.
So it looks like Makani retreated into the Mareep and passed. Nick then hit a Tails on the capturing aroma, so we'll be grabbing a basic Pokemon here. King Kit Cluzy. You ban the stall player. Sorry. That won't be happening.
So let's see what Nick decides to what basic he decides to grab. Does have the stone as an option if he can get, and it looks like that's what he will be grabbing. Now let's see if he can get the Archeops set up this turn. Forest Grumps, thank you. I appreciate that. So does play that second capturing aroma and does get a heads, and we'll grab that Archeops. And we'll bench that Tyranitar. Does get another capturing aroma. He did play so he has one Archeops in the discard currently. Is there another way that he can get another one in the discard? He has it in hand. Is there a way he can discard it? Does look like he is going to opt to play the one Archeops. Interesting. I guess better one than none, right?
Yeah, I guess that's the philosophy here.
But now, if Makani can get that Iron Hands, or actually any Pokemon set up and knock out that Archeops, that's going to be pretty tough to come back from.
Yeah. And everything will need multiple turns to be powered up, most likely.
So honestly, it's an energy race here with three electric generators in the prize cards for Makani and Nick only having one Archeops on the bench. It's just whoever can get their Pokemon powered up faster.
It's important to also know that with only one Archeops out, Lugia will not be able to one-shot any of your Pokemon besides the Raikou and the Raichu, because they'll be hitting for less if you have to put the double turbo on.
Right. Yeah, he still can knock out that Raikou.
Yeah, just the Raikou you can still do it because you put one double turbo, attach for turn, gift.
So I think that Nick's hardest thing to deal with is going to be that Iron Hands.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it does look like Makani will get that Iron Hands powered up to Arm Thrust on this turn. Beach Court is still in play, so that Raikou has free retreat.
How much does the Stone Journey have in HP?
130.
130.
130. He has the Zapdos. So yeah. He could have taken out the Stone Journer with Ampy very much, but only has the 3 energies. So he'll have to use its first attack that is 160.
Which that's fine, because now if next turn, if Makani can get that Archeops out of play, that would be pretty big for Makani. Because this Lugia, unless Nick can get the Tyranitar to attack this turn, if he has a single strike energy in hand plus the Archeops ability, he can get it this turn. However, that's a lot to ask for, and this Lugia is not taking a knockout on that Iron Hands.
Yeah, having one Archeops really hurts you long term. But we'll see what he does here. Taking a look at his hand, double checking what he's going to do. He has a lot of energies in his hand.
Oh wait, no, I think the Stone Journer had a single strike. So Nick can attack with the Stone Journer this turn, but he couldn't attack with the Tyranitar. Because he has one prized, one in the discard. So those are the last two single
Incoming.
energy going down on the field right now.
Arm thrust you very much.
Arm thrust you very much. So it looks like Stone Journer will be getting the knockout. So up in prize cards 3 to 5. Touching that jet energy. Also, having that Dunsparce with that Beach Cord out as a pivot is super nice for Nick.
Yeah.
That does help a lot.
How will Makani respond? Looks like Makani will be grabbing the Mew here.
Deciding to ditch his only escape rope.
Interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense because Dunsparce is still on the field. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is the longest Dunsparce has been out on the field for out of all 5 games.
Dunsparce MVP.
Get that fleet-footed for 1. And remember, Makani cannot attack with that Miraidon this turn because he already used him in the deck. But it looks like he can attack with that Tapu Koko, which is what he will be going for.
Yeah, using that Tapu Koko, what it does, it's called Vengeful Shocks. It does 30 damage, but if your opponent knocked out a Pokemon the last turn, it does an extra 30 or 90 damage, and it paralyzes the active Pokemon.
However, with that Zapdos out on the field, he will be getting a knockout on Stone Joy.
Which I think is better.
Yeah.
Because that Stone Journer is a huge threat.
So yeah, 120. Well, 30 plus 90 because of the knockout last turn, plus 10 with the Zapdos out there. How much HP does that Tapu Koko EX have?
Tapu Koko has 210 HP.
210. Okay, so
Yeah, Lugia.
Nick would have to get a Urn of Vitality here to attack with that, or just take a measly hit with the Lugia.
Deciding to grab the Luminion.
I guess he could boss here.
Oh, Thornton.
Oh, yes! I'm getting what I wanted.
There we
Here
go.
it comes. Here it comes.
Play it, Nick. Play it. Urn of Vitality. Oh, he's going back into the Stone Journer.
Yep.
Oh, you're so
my
excited.
good. Yes, this is what I want. Thornton into the Stone Journer. Then he's going to use that Archeops ability. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, I think going into Luminion would be better here.
Fish?
Because Dunsparce doesn't save the Luminion from weakness. So I think going into there's no time limit, Makani. But I think going into the fish here would be better. In my personal opinion.
Yeah.
What do you mean by going into the fish?
So taking the fish out and putting taking Luminion V, put for
oh, okay.
Stone Journer.
I thought you were saying
yeah, there we go.
I thought you were saying yeah. So I thought you were saying use Luminion to attack, and I'm like, he's not playing
No.
Rainbow.
No, well, why would Nick do this now? Why would he go into the Dunsparce? Because then that opens a Lugia play. Yeah, okay, there we go. That is the smarter play to do, is go into there, because that Dunsparce has free retreat anyway each court out.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to pull out the energies to attach to Stone Journer. And it's knockout time.
That Stone Journer is putting in absolute work.
That's what Nick said would be the difference, is having 2 Stone Journer in his list. And so far, that's proven to be pretty nice.
Lugia supremacy.
Does this give anyone confidence to play Lugia again? To get
Maybe.
Lugia out of the boxes and swipe the dust off?
I still have my Lugia sleeved up.
You're one of the rare ones.
Then again, last time I played Lugia to a cup, I ate a Lugia. But don't do what I do.
Sorry, did you just say you ate a Lugia? Like physically ate?
I took a bite out of the corner.
We have the second Nick Alvarez casting for us right now.
Are you Nick Alvarez's daughter?
No.
Because you sound like
Cousin?
him. You're eating cards. I mean, you're playing Lugia. Do you or do you not embody chaos?
I guess I embody chaos.
Nick, we found your daughter. Well, here we are in game 4 for those who are just now joining us.
Game 5.
Excuse me, we're in game 5. And it is 2 versus 2. Nothing that we expected per se.
And by the way, Makani was taking prizes earlier. If he knocks out this Stone Journer, he was gonna take that Lightning Energy and not take. Yep, exactly. He always takes side first. He had a 50-50 chance to take a generator from the beginning, and the chances just got better. He had a 75% chance to take a generator, and 3 of them are still in the prize cards with 3 remaining. Yep, and Nick is going to be taking game 5. Wow.
Wow.
This is insane.
Pokey Duels / Pookie Duels is getting game 5. Who would have
So
thought?
now Nick just needs to win one more, and that's that. Let's see if Makani can clutch it up and take 2 games in a row to win it.
Nah, this is not plot armor. This is Lugia being built different.
Will Makani lose on stream for the second time?
In a row.
Actually,
In row is crazy.
it would be the 3rd time in a row. But we're not going to talk about that one.
Right.
But I have faith in Makani. I am definitely biased in this. I know I'm not supposed to be, but I am on Team Miraidon. I love Miraidon. Who thinks Miraidon's going to win in chat? If you think Lugia is going to win, we're banning you. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay, bye.
But Holly here loves Lugia, for those who didn't know. Jacob, if you had to choose between one of the two, which one would you rather play at a regionals?
Fair. I'd rather play
I
Miraidon Super Regional.
I personally, I would probably play Miraidon, just because of its speed and intensity. Obviously, it does brick, but personally, I would play Miraidon. Honestly, I would probably never take either of them to a regional, but if I had to choose between the two, I would probably choose Miraidon. And I could only assume that Holly would probably take Lugia if she had a choice, and Marky Mark would take Miraidon if he had a choice.
No. Actually, I would not take Lugia to another regional. I don't want to put myself through that again. Look, I took Lugia to like 7 events. As my local said, I played Lugia when it was broken with the Amazing Berries. He looked at me and said, "How did you play the most broken deck in the format and not get a single cup winner top 8?" And I looked at him and I'm like, you know what? We're not all built like you, okay?
So both prize cards looking not terrible. However, both two. How many Urna Vitalities does Nick play?
He plays 3.
Plays 3, so he's only going to be able to use one in the unless he takes some prize cards. The 2 capturing aroma in the early game. Oh, but other than it's nothing too crazy. On Makani's side, the Flaffy's not terrible. He does have a lot of pivot options in the prize cards, being that switch, the Mew, and a beach court. He does play the 2 beach courts, so he should be all right on that side. So I think prize cards are pretty even here in this game.
But definitely a lot better than last game. Prizing 3 generators. I mean, Nick said beforehand that he was gonna like stack Makani's generators into the prize cards, and he did it. He succeeded.
He did unintentionally. He did.
Yes, unintentionally. I don't think Nick is a cheater. I'm not saying he's cheating, but it's just funny how that happens.
I don't
It's
know.
manifestation. You can manifest it in a good way or in a bad way.
Speak it into existence.
Looks like he's just
So it
gonna
will be
attach
that
and
attach
pass.
pass.
Got the words right
Yeah,
out of my mouth.
we are on the same wavelength here.
Yes, sir.
It's like yo, we're brothers.
I wish
That'd be cool.
Marky Mark as a brother would be sweet.
I wish I had family who played Pokemon.
So looks like Nick is taking a look in his deck. What is he going to search for? What would you choose? I think I would choose a second Lugia.
I would also
Yeah,
choose-
probably the second Lugia. Maybe the Dunsparce, but it can that Lugia can still be knocked out by Miraidon regardless. Is
Yeah.
going up for that Archeops here though. Does he have a research in hand? He might have a
I didn't get a good look at his hand, but we'll see what he does here. He probably does, I'm guessing, since he did search for the Archeops.
benches the Mew. Yeah, he does have research. So Archeops discard. Let's see if we can get a second Lugia on.
Hmm.
Lumineon in hand is always good. Bench that Stone Joiner. Attach.
About the
The
attach.
attachment's nice because then next turn, even if the Lugia gets knocked out, he can attach and attack if there's a stadium out and knock out this Mariah. Or I'm sorry, this Raikou.
That's pretty lucky, but we'll see what Connie can pull out here. He is opting to grab a Mareep and a Tapu Koko, which is smart because he sees the knockout coming soon.
Right, and having that double dynamo on on online is just fantastic because it's basically like you're hitting 2 energy on an electric generator almost every single turn.
Yeah, having two set up is crucial, especially once your Iron Hands is knocked out and you want to set up.
Ooh, 2 electric generator and the path to the peak in hand. Can we see a knockout here from Makani? There's 1, there's 2.
There's a 2.
Oh,
He hits the 2 energy. Let's
Oh,
go.
and there's no Dunsparce. He can very well take a reprise a knockout on turn.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he has another generator in hand. If he hits off of that, great. If not, he still has manual attachment that he could do per turn. Is that a
Yeah,
forest in hand?
he should be getting knockout this turn regardless. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Amp you
He
very
hits
much
it!
on the Lugia.
He hits it.
he ate you very much.
Turn 2, Ampy very much taking 3 prize cards. That's going to be a bit rough for Nick to come back from.
Yeah, Nick, next game?
It might be at this point. Yep, Nick is going to say, all right,
There
good
it is.
fun. We're going into the game 7. This is what you all came to see. Game 7, right here, right now. $1,000 money match. Makani, Nick Alvarez, Miraidon, Lugia. Who is going to take it?
Time to get my Lugia tattoo. That's how confident I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, there's more on the line. And Lee said that she would get a Lugia tattoo if Nick won this
Hunter's
best
gonna
of 7.
kill me.
Excuse me for 1 second, guys. I'm going to step away for just a minute.
Don't die.
Well, what does everyone think? We have Makani with 3 wins, Nick with 3 wins. We're in game 7. Who's going to take the W?
I think it's gonna be someone who's playing Pokemon cards.
I will say this is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I did not think this opinion.
Yeah, nobody believed it either. I was talking to friends and they were all like, "Oh my god, you're so stupid for thinking Lugia's gonna win." And I was like, "Wow, y'all really y'all are insulting my intelligence right now. Thanks."
I will say I'm impressed. Nick has impressed me. This is like I said, this is not what I did not expect to see a game 7 at all. $1,000 on the line. Last game. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's see. Let's see. Also, shout out to the coordination. Nick is also playing a Lugia mat, and Makani is playing a Miraidon. So shout out to the coordination on that. Ooh, Nick is starting Luminion and not doing much else this turn.
Oh, that feels bad.
Will we see a donk?
Dad!
Oh no, he has Mew in hand. He has Mew in hand. But will we see a donk?
Okay.
I believe Nick chose to go first.
Not bad price cards on
So-
either side. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, they're not terrible on either. I mean, not great, but not... Okay, he does have a Lugia. Whew.
Okay, okay. He's got the Lugia down.
I think he top decked that Lugia, to be honest with you.
Hits tails on the Mesagosa, unfortunately, and flipping again. Nick being Nick.
Yep, that's Nick for you.
He's like, let me make sure the dice is not weighted, which you never know.
Well, that one game he flipped what 3 heads on the capturing aromas.
Yeah.
Nick also does have Pumpkaboo in hand, so if Makani does not hand disrupt and plays Path, Nick is pretty safe on the on bumping that stadium next turn. I thought by Nick's reaction, I thought this was worse than what he was making it out to be. Yeah, I also don't know if last game. So the first game and the last game, I don't know if Nick scooped too early because, like we said, there is no time limit. So I might have played it out to see, what could have happened because you never know.
Yeah, he had a chance. Are you talking about game 2 or game 1?
Yeah, game 1 and game 6, that last game.
Yeah.
Like I get he was going down to 3 prizes. You very well with the Stone Journers could come back from.
It's very true. Looks like Connie is using Tandem Unit to search for Iron Hands and for a Mareep. He's counting how many energy he has in the deck.
And obviously we know he has all of his energy to his
It's a good way to prize check as well.
Agreed. Makani using Mesagoza and flipping tails. Using that Ultra Ball, grabbing Squawkabilly. Let's see if we can get that turn 1 amp you very much from Makani. That would be a very, very good start here for Makani.
It's possible. It's possible,
It
especially
is.
since he's going second.
It is.
He can use Squawkabilly, Squawk and Seize, hopefully hit a supporter like Professor's Research, hopefully digging for those generators.
Nick is giving that deck a thorough shuffle. While Makani is patiently waiting to.
If you didn't know, once Nick knows who you are, randomly, if you're in the same room as him, he will come up behind you and flick all of his cards by your ears. And it's the weirdest sound, and it makes me like jump up in my seat every time. He thinks it's the funniest thing. But he's really good
Now,
at shuffling.
Makani has not played. Interesting going to attach there. Makani has not played a supporter for turn either. He is just squawking right now. So he could still have a supporter at his disposal. Oh, nothing off the electric jet.
Yikes. Oh, trying to go for the early GGs, but no.
Well, he would need a lot more because that Dunsparce is in. He would need a lot more than that to. I mean, I guess he could amp the Dunsparce early, but there's no way that locked out this turn.
He did get the Mew, so if he can thin down his hand, he'll be able to hopefully draw some generators off, but it doesn't look like he drew any generators.
Which is surprising because he does. So it looks like he will just pass, but it does. He has no the prize card, so he has all the generators and all the energy. It just depends on if he's going to hit him or not. Benching that second Lugia. Ooh, that's a lot of energy. This off
That's
that
a
research.
lot. He's got the V guard in there as well, which can come in handy.
V Guard, and it looks like 2 double turbos as well.
Yeah, that's not looking too good. But having the second Lugia down is okay. One, because if a Lugia is knocked out, he has another one back up for Lugia V Star. But the other reason is he could use Thornton later on if he keeps as a basic Lugia. He could Thornton into a
Oh,
Stone Journer or something else in the future.
that's just going to be a pass on Nick's side.
Oh no.
Oh god.
We are
Connie
seeing a pass battle here.
looks like Makani's going to attach an energy to Iron Hands. Oh, takes that back. He might just
He, do-
Iono first.
he doesn't have Generator in hand. Yeah, I don't know how much Iona would help, though, because it obviously puts those energies on the bottom. But he does opt to Iona first. Interesting play from him.
Yeah, it's most likely better to do so that you hit those generators. There's one, two, one or two.
I think one. Yeah, it looks like one in a nest ball, so he can mix those energies if he wanted to. However, he didn't hit any energies off of that Iona. That the top of the deck could be stacked with a lot of energies here off this electric generator.
Yeah, but
I
looks
guess
like
we'll
he's
see
gonna
right here.
tandem unit to grab that Mareep and to shuffle the deck. I think it's smart play because you're only playing 13 lightning energy, so
Right.
you're not very likely to hit two or maybe even one unless you shuffle that deck.
Right. And I guess, per Maddox, it is a better ratio to hit two off of thinning one more card than it is, not. So he's gonna retreat into the Squawkabilly. Oh, there's two right there. But
Wow.
I think he might just be setting up the later game.
He's playing it safe for sure. He's getting the two Mareep out. He's preparing for Stone Journer because once Stone Journer comes in and starts swinging, it's kind of hard to stop it unless you're prepared.
Right. There comes one Dynamotor. Oh, nope, he's gonna take the knockout.
There it is. Knockout on the Mew EX. An easy two prizes. What is Nick going to do? He needs to find that Lugia V-Star. He gets the Nest Ball. Please don't find a Luminion. Opts in for the Stone Journer.
Taking that early two prizes for Makani is huge. Because now next turn, the Stone Journer is more than likely coming up this turn. So next turn, if he can get that Ampy very much and get that Zapdos on the bench, he can amp and take another two prize cards that turn.
Exactly. That's the perfect line of play. And he did confirm that Zapdos was in his deck and not in the prize
Right.
cards. So he is safe to go down that route.
Nick is crying or sulking or something.
Yeah.
Must not be very good for him. I don't know if he's going to be able to get a Summoning Star up. He has one in the discard. Looks like one Archeops in the discard. Is he going to have to play with one again this game?
He won the game where he had one, I think.
I believe he did, yeah.
He did, but Makani at that point was already pretty behind.
True.
So
This is the look of a man that might be losing $1,000.
yeah, he's got the two Archeops, but no V-Star. Putting a gift energy though on Stone Journer is smart because if it's bossed up, then he'll be able to draw until he has 7 cards in his hand.
And see, this is where I was saying at the beginning of the game, those capturing aromas might come back to hurt him in the early game. He
Yep.
does get the V stars, so he will get it next turn. However, that's going to be a very long trek back.
Yeah, he has Raikou set up, 2 Flaffies, Iron Hands ready to go. Miraidon. I mean, he's bossing up the Dunsparce as well, so that I'm guessing he's
Yeah,
gonna retreat.
He didn't have
and take-
knockout on the Lugia with the Raikou. But it looks like he's going to retreat and amp you very much for two
Amp you
prizes.
very much.
That's going to be looking that's going to be looking pretty grim for Nick. Is there any way that he can bring this back?
No.
That's great.
Maybe.
Thanks, Holly. Appreciate the. I mean, he's got a Raikou set up. He's got basically the Miraidon set and a Iron Hands EX already all set up. So I think this might be the game here for Nick.
Hopefully Nick plays it out, but unless he eats that Iron Hands, I think it's game over.
Well, you never know. He might.
The Iron Hands. Do it. No balls.
I would not be surprised. I've seen it several times.
Oh, so it's happened more than once.
You don't want to know.
Miraidon for the tandem unit. He's going to be searching for that Zapdos.
Oh, he also hasn't used his Star
Raichu.
Alchemy yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also hasn't used his Star Alchemy yet, has he?
No, but he can double Dynamotor to the Raichu, attach manually for turn. He needs that boss, but he does not have a way to grab it.
Makani's just trolling now. I'm pretty sure he has.
He has
Star
V-Star.
Alchemy.
He has V-Star, but
that he can go grab the boss.
Makani's gonna drag out this win as long as he can.
And
Nick is getting very upset.
losing his mind. Is Makani just gonna?
There it is. There's
And that'll be the game.
Makani Tran is your winner. Congratulations, Makani.
Wow.
There he is making the tweet right now. If you don't follow him already, follow him on Twitter, Fish Nugget. You can follow me at Marky Mark. You can follow Jacob at
J_uncle_.
and you can follow Holly at
I'm distraught.
She has no words.
no words right now. I'm sorry. But hey, thank you everyone for joining this awesome match. Hey, look, Mr. Pokeduels.
Hello, Nick. Hello. Yeah, sure.
Can we interview you too? Yeah. Oh, good point. So chat, if you can't hear, Nick is trying to get the audio to work on their end. We are in a separate place, but we're going to be interviewing Makani here in just a second.
Okay, check again. Can they hear us? Testing.
I would imagine they can.
I hope they can. Can you just check real quick?
Are you changing your Twitter bio?
Yes, they can hear you now, Nick.
Okay, cool.
They do ask me
Makani,
to
interview time. Everyone shut
guys.
up.
So this is the Miraidon EX. Using Miraidon, you use Tandem Unit, and you can get 2 basic lightning Pokemon and put them on your bench. And then you put Electric Generator. This gives the deck a lot of power, and you can hit really early and fast.
John said he can hear us.
Okay, anyways. That was a really easy win. I feel like I wasn't even worried at all. I just wanted to take it to Game 7 for the content, honestly, and, like, that's kind of it. Like, I had game like the other games, but I just, like, purposely drew just for the viewers, but, like, I wasn't even worried at all.
Did you actually?
No.
Okay, how crazy was that? Nick got so many more wins than expected, right?
Well, yeah, because I priced double Floppy and then triple Generator.
Yeah,
and I
that
don't
was
run
bad.
Spirit Tube.
So how are you feeling when Nick went up 3-2?
I was kind of terrified, and I thought I was gonna lose a couple $100, but we farmed. Now we up.
Well, hey, that was awesome. That was really fun. But seeing those 3 generators did hurt, and
Yeah,
we were all crying for you.
Yeah, it was pretty awful.
So, what was your favorite part, though? I mean, that last game was pretty epic.
I liked that last game where I forgot I had game totally, and then I just realized I had 4 Sealstone.
Wait, you forgot?
No, I didn't forget. I was lying.
Oh, okay.
I was
Because
just
we're
BMing.
like,
I
you
was
have
BMing.
the V-Star. What are you doing?
I was just BMing him. My favorite part was when I praised double flat B. I also think Nick high rolled a lot.
Okay, but like that's just what Lugia does. Lugia high rolls.
Well, Miraidon farms, so too easy.
Hey, Nick, so, question, how come you never tried using Tyranitar?
I
Yeah,
never.
did you swing once with Tyranitar?
No, I think I didn't. I didn't feel like it was useful at any point.
Yeah, that card's useless.
Cause like I'm pretty sure every time.
Just like a number that Makani very conveniently can't hit.
I can't.
Yeah, it is. Zapdos, he can hit it. That's what I was worried
rely on
for.
him. It's just a fruit 2 prizes.
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
should have attacked with it, I think.
it's so much worse than
Should've?
Lugia V-Star with the Dunsparce.
Okay, personally, I feel like I should. If he had Zapdos on bench, I feel like I should never attack with
I was
Tyranitar.
joking. Yes.
Is that like incorrect? Did I throw?
Nah, you played it right. Tyranitar was bad.
We didn't think it was like the best play, but maybe a play that you could do, because it also hits weakness against Mew.
Yeah, but like, nah.
Yeah, I just never found it like to be like the best idea. Like I mean, the best attacker in the moment.
Hey, but we saw you with a Thornton.
Yeah.
That feels
Yeah,
stupid, dude. That was so
I was very happy when you played that Thornton, Nick. That was my one thing that I wanted to see the entire best of 7 was you actually play Thornton where it mattered, and you did it. So I was very happy about that.
Thank you, thank you. Thornton's good. I've been saying Thornton's good in Lugia since like
He has.
over a year from now. Back in Silver Tempest format.
I remember Thornton good.
Yes.
And then you said Thornton bad in the
Yeah.
internet.
Well, that was fun.
That was very
That was super fun.
It would have been better if I won, but I'm happy that it went to Game 7.
Hey, it's just a band.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a band.
Well, guys,
So, who's the winner gonna play?
I don't know.
Me.
I don't know.
Is that something that will be announced in the future?
I'll play
Maybe.
Isaiah Bradner.
I see a pattern. Fly him out here to
RCS
Utah.
into Tina. Easy farm.
For real, for real.
Alright. Thank you guys for casting.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
guys. You as the caster, do you have anything final words to say?
Yeah, thank you for everyone tuning in. Appreciate everyone coming through and checking this out. It was great 7 games. Personally, I didn't think it was going to get to Game 7, so that was a pleasant surprise.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to see all y'all in the next one. Playing? I don't know, question mark? But probably casting. We'll see. But thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Bye, everybody.
It was super fun. Thank you guys.